Hey guys, Jeremy Overturf coming to you from the Skill Level Up YouTube page. Please be sure to like and subscribe. But I just wanted to come to you with a quick tip today, quick success tip on, we just did a video about staying positive, keeping your business positive in a negative world. It's so easy to stay negative with coronavirus news, with the world's ending, everything's going to hell in a handbasket. So what can we do to stay positive? Well, yeah, we talked about that, but why is it important to stay positive is another thing. Should we, people call us Pollyanna, whatever, maybe it's good to be a little Pollyanna. And if you've studied success much, which you probably have if you're watching our channel, you've probably read things like Think and Grow Rich, As a Man Thinketh, some books like that. If you haven't, you better check them out, especially if you're serious about being successful. But what you've learned from these books is what you think about is what you will become. And I was just reading one of my all-time favorite books. This is like the 5th or 6th time I read this book, Wayne Dyer, A Spiritual Solution to Every Problem. If you don't know Wayne Dyer, wow, he's got some amazing content. He's one of the greatest teachers, in my opinion, of our modern age. But he talks about, when you talk about if you believe in what you think about is how your life's going to manifest, which I do believe that. He talks about, if I gave you $1 million and you go to the store, you go shopping with that $1 million, and you go to a furniture store and you say, this furniture is disgusting, it's hideous, who on earth would buy this furniture? Here's $100,000, deliver it to my house. Then you go to an art store and you say, this art is disgusting, you call this art? What is this? Here's $100,000, deliver it to my house. And same, you go to a jewelry store, same thing. Then you come home and you're living in amongst all this stuff and you're saying, this world is hideous, it's ugly, why is this, what kind of horrible world do I live in? I'm surrounded by this ugliness. But what we realize is, why did we buy it then? Why did we buy into it? So just an excerpt from the book. I hate people reading to me, but this is just important. I don't want to mess it up because he's Wayne Dyer. You can't just replace his thoughts. He says, keeping the above seen in mind, remind yourself your thoughts are the currency for getting what you want in life. Your thoughts, desires, requests, intentions, and passions are all thoughts. And when you place the thoughts on what you don't want, regardless of how negatively you feel about it, you will act upon what you don't want, and more of what you don't want is going to show up. So just as passionately as you can feel about what you want, sometimes people feel more passionately about what they don't want. So if what we think about becomes, and we're constantly thinking about what we don't want, we're constantly thinking about the negative, then we shouldn't be surprised when we bring negative into our life. So we want to consciously replace those thoughts with positive thoughts, and that's why it's important in your business to keep positive. Because if you want to think about the negative, which a lot of people do, that's what they're going to constantly be bringing into their life. So you have to make a decision to consciously, Bob Proctor talks about your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, and then your body. That graph, we'll talk about that in a future video. It's amazing. But what you're feeding into your conscious mind is what's going to soak into the subconscious and what's going to make the decisions for how you behave, and that's going to manifest in your body. So if you're constantly soaking up in your conscious mind negativity, then that's what's going to be how you're going to act and react in your life, and that's going to manifest in your results. So you need to be very conscious about what you let into your conscious mind and what you let seep into your subconscious mind, because that's going to be what's manifesting. So we want to keep that positive, and it's the same thing with our team members. We want to keep them positive because they're manifesting as well. Do you want them? You see the same team members time after time. If you've had a team for very long, you see the ones ahead of time who's going to win the sales contest. Who's better at customer service. Their strengths and their weaknesses. So if you are reinforcing the good, you're going to help them manifest more good. But if you're seeing the ones that are negative time after time, they have a bad month and they let that seep into their subconscious, then not to send those guys on the big baller customers that you want to close a big sale on, because you see that what we think about manifests in our life. And so it's so important to guard what you're thinking about, and that's why we made that video about keeping your business positive. So I just wanted to share that thought with you. Take that $1 million, don't spend it on stuff you don't want if you don't want to see that stuff in your life every day. You want to be thinking about what you do want, and that's what you're going to be surrounded by before long. So take that tip, take it for what it's worth. Some of this stuff, I'm not asking you to believe it, I'm asking you to try it. And after you try it, you might start to believe it. That's how I was. I was very skeptical about some of these little weird woo-woo ideas at first. But the more you try it and the more you see, wow, some of this stuff really works. So give it a thought, give it a try, work on it, see how it changes your life. The way you change your thoughts can change the results that you get. So thanks. Hope you guys are having a great day. We'll talk to you later.